Assalamu
Assalamualaikum
alaikum.
everyone.
Welcome in a new video. Okay, so today we have a few things to talk about. So the first one is someone who asked us, how should be the wedding ceremony? I often see some wedding ceremony. You have two types.
Yeah.
You have the one who follow the Sunnah, and you have the one that follow the culture. We are both different culture. We know that many people, they just follow the cultural way to do wedding. But today we will talk about the Sunnah, how it should be. Doesn't mean you all have to do that, okay? It's just our opinion and the facts that how it should be.
So first of all, to talk about the wedding, it's just the minority of people, unfortunately, who are following the Sunnah when it comes to how it should or how it's supposed to happen.
Yes?
So the Sunnah, first of all, it has to be the simplest, as the
Yeah.
Prophet peace be upon him said. The easiest is the best way to get married.
Yes. Doesn't mean you have to be like two people. You can invite all your family if you want.
Of course. But I'm just talking about even the preparation.
Well, the
For you to go
preparation.
ask, for an example, if I will get to marry you, I will have to go to your father, both of your
Mahram
parents.
or
Yeah,
wali.
exactly. And then I will say that I like her and I want to ask for her hand for marriage.
Yes.
This is the
After
base.
things.
Within the same exact sitting, they will ask, first of all, what do you have? What do you do? Just some social questions.
Who are you?
What do you do? Will you be able to provide for our daughter? That's the basic question. Some others, they will start demanding stuff. I want an apartment to be in such an area. I want X amount of gold for my daughter. I
Yeah,
want the
they have-
mahar to be specifically X.
Yeah, they have some
It's like-
expectation.
Not expectation. Unfortunately, they treat the daughter as a commodity that the highest price will win.
Often. I
So
saw
for,
that.
for an example, if a guy is who's like starting his life, he's like 20 or 22 years old, and he's just getting started with his life. If you ask him for like £1,000,000 mahr or an apartment in like Sheikh Zayed, this is like the
Okay.
top level guys. I'm not kidding. Well, this is kind of impossible. You're not making the
It's
marriage
hard.
easy.
Some family, they have the right to want something very high for their daughter, but I feel like this family should follow too. For example, if you are a farmer, you will not ask an apartment in Dubai.
Trust me,
A
you'd never know.
high level. I don't know. I feel like it's not good to ask
Well,
way
because
more. Like you have.
because you're well raised, but unfortunately, not a lot of parents here are well raised. I'm sorry to say this. There are people who are seeing the potential in the young generation.
Yeah, to
If
elevate.
he's yeah, exactly. If he's a guy and he's truly, if the parents are truly following the sunnah, unfortunately, the majority are not. Or the appearance is just they're following the sunnah, but when it comes to their daughter, if he sees a good guy, well, I will have to ask for stuff. They will take the excuse to not to support our daughter, but to save her life beyond whatever could happen. You know what I mean? So they ask for extremely hard things, impossible things to be frank, and then whomever is having this kind of possessions will take
Yeah.
it. This is the pre-marriage stuff. I
We
didn't
can
talk
say-
about the parties, and I didn't talk about the gifts.
During the engagement,
Yeah.
I noticed that because I'm French, so it's totally different for us. In Muslim countries, depending on the countries, it can be very different. And in this case, I feel like sometimes you can mix culture and sunnah.
Absolutely.
For
yeah.
example, Turkish tradition, you know, they bring a salty coffee and the guy has to drink it.
This is an Egyptian one too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not sunnah, but it doesn't interfere.
Of course, and it
So
doesn't cause any
it's
harm.
Cute. It's cute.
But honestly, like for after or within the ceremonies of getting married, that's the disaster at which it will just ruin everything.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, they will take the excuse like to gather everyone, despite if they're having relatives from the 10th grade that they've never seen, they have to be invited.
That doesn't bother me, I think.
No. It's like they're bragging, but it's fine. It's okay.
Yeah,
Like it has to be social.
Until now, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine, exactly. But they demand that place will be at X hotel. The width or the amount of attendance people should be not less than 500, despite that their entire families could not exceed the 100. This is an exaggeration. They should have the total buffet, like salmon and grilled stuff.
Well, again, this is not against the sunnah.
It is not, but this
It's a bit much, but this
it's not bit.
is...
It's way much. I'm sorry to say this.
Well, I think it's also because they feel like it's only one day in your life.
Yeah, but not like this. Come on.
And that doesn't bother me that much.
Okay,
But
wait for the next part. The next part is that they demand some belly dancers. Like,
Oh, I
like
saw that.
yeah, like I want ex belly dancer to attend,
And the half naked belly dancer dancing with the groom. I was like,
yeah, and of course a singer. This is beyond, like, this is bullshit.
so
I'm
of
sorry.
course we are not judging the people who
No.
want music and so on. But if you follow the Sunnah, no music in your wedding, no showing off. And something that I saw in Egyptian wedding for the first time, and I was extremely surprised.
Ladies who are
They take
shaking their
no. That's so. First of all, the
shaking
hijabis
off.
dancing all over with men.
Yeah, exactly.
And second, the bride take off her hijab.
Yeah.
When she's not hijabi, it's not
Listen,
problem.
listen. You brought this up.
If the woman is not a hijabi, it's not a problem. If she already wear it half off and she does it again in the wedding, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not sunnah, but it's not a problem. When she is fully hijabi and the day of her wedding, just because it's her wedding, we see her hair when she is the best dress, best makeup, best hair, and so
True.
on. I'm like,
And this is not even the worst part. The worst part as a photographer or as a videographer for the preparations, because, we film.
oh yeah.
We've done it only once, and we said, you know what? This is
yeah.
not going to happen again. Honestly, you're invited into the room just like you're exactly her mahram. She can change everything in front of you, and she's not going to be ashamed. Yeah, it's fine, and she's going to dance, and maybe some will take some. I don't want to get into the details, but trust me, guys, this is not even related to
I
the
didn't know
sunnahs.
that.
You asked, so it's like from top to bottom, it's disastrous.
Yeah, because for example, if we didn't make the wedding ceremony yet.
Yeah.
If during the preparation, photographer is a woman and I get the picture only for me, it's okay. Even if I'm changing or something and she see it a bit, it's fine because she's a woman. If it's a man, I'll not.
Yeah, of course.
Second, sometimes we during the preparation we are only girls together or something. We dance a little bit like this because we are in a good mood. I feel it's okay as long as no men see.
Yeah.
Because
I
of
agree.
course music and so on is not good, but at the same time I understand that you're feeling at that day, you're so happy and so on, you want to celebrate. So as long as it stay
Within the
hidden,
boundary, within the circle
hidden,
of...
it's kind of okay. But really the fact that they take off their hijab in front of everyone when they are very pretty, like already when you get married, even as a hijabi, you already put a lot of makeup. That's not supposed to happen, but nowadays we all do in a way.
We started calling eventually that marriage or the marriage ceremony is something for the bride to spend a lot of money to show off with people and to invite them to eat and to talk to you or to talk behind your back. So it's like to cut everything short. They're extremely exaggerating with the ceremonies and the preparations, except the minority. And I'm talking about maybe 1%. They're there, but they're not very.
Yeah. My family is Christian, so when we had wedding, of course there were music, people were dancing together, but you can't say anything because they are not Muslim. My cousin married a Muslim, kind of mixed the rules. For example, there were music and so on, but there were no alcohol.
I didn't talk
Respected
about
that.
this part. The
Yeah.
alcohol.
They have alcohol in
Oh my gosh. Like
They have
recently.
alcohol in wedding in Egypt for Muslim?
Yeah.
For Muslims?
Yeah, I didn't know, but we had some photographers and they're saying a lot of things. Like it's the minority to go to a wedding without finding an alcoholic drinks.
I mean, if they're Christian, it's fine, but
No.
if they're Muslim?
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so...
So next time I bring port then. I was surprised, especially when I went to a wedding in Egypt, the hijabis had hijab, of course, with extremely tight dress.
I tell you why, but...
And all dancing like that.
You know the reason behind this? There is a reason, guys. Honestly, wallahi, I'm not even
They're
kidding.
trying to find the next husband?
Yes. Honestly, this is not
saw
their
that a lot.
mentality. Listen, this is not the mentality of the lady. This is the mentality of most of the parents. They're like, get well dressed, go show off, show your moves, so that maybe you'll come across someone who's going to value you and then he's going to start asking for your hand.
So, of course,
So-
if you choose to do that, it's your choice. We are not here to judge you. We are just saying what is sunnah or not.
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Music is not sunnah. The best is to do it in a mosque and maybe have a dinner after that.
Even if you're going to mingle, you mingle without... Supposedly, you're not supposed to mingle. Just talking about sunnah, guys will be in a place and ladies will be into another. This is sunnah. But I would say if they're together, but everyone is respectful and they're seated in their tables, not
Yeah, I
no
think
one
it's
is
fine.
I think it's
Especially
kind of
sometimes
okay.
you have other couples or families, so
Yeah.
you don't want to
In the
split.
boundaries of ethics, I think
Yeah, for
it's fine.
now it's fine.
We didn't talk about the mahr.
Let's not talk about that. You know, I heard some country the women give the mahr
To the men?
Yeah.
How much are you gonna pay for me?
Gold slipper. I give you gold slipper.
Oh, you're so cute.
Fake gold. The funny thing is that as we are already married, my money is your money. So if I pay your mahr, it will be with your money.